Is that the light situation in today's video?
That's
That's
all.
all. Emotionally destroyed 21-year-old baby trying to make a video. Take 50 fucking 5. Oh, I have the fucking thing. Hi. I want to talk about books. Literally. That's all I want to do. Today, I'm emotionally destroyed by the 3rd season of Heartstopper, which I just finished. I usually don't watch a lot of things. I prefer to read books, but show the books. Yes. Just today I've realized that I almost exclusively only watch series about or TV shows about queerness. After finishing them for a couple of days, I cannot come back to reality because I like to think about queerness. I like to think about my queerness. It's an evolving topic, and I feel like every time I watch something queer, specifically like things that talk about queerness, they help me evolve in a way, but they also make me like depressed, sad about my past and like life. I've been inspired by creator Lauren at Big Book Lady, I believe. She has released a video called like 5 books that define my taste or something like that. Since I've been in a reading slump, I kind of wanted to like inspire myself to fall back in love with reading, and I've decided to do that through this video. So, first book I want to talk about is Fight Night by Miriam Toews. This book is about loss, is about grief in a way, but it's also about happiness. Deep Musings by me. You should quote that. This book helped me to release those emotions of like grief and my musings on death. It's the only book that made me like bawl for the last 30 pages probably. I had to like close the book every other page because I was just ruining the paper with my tears. It wasn't in the way that the book was traumatizing me, what little life did to me at the ripe age of 15. This book just helped me release those emotions that were like locked up inside of me. So before that, it's extremely funny. I remember this is the only book that made me laugh out loud like in public spaces. I remember riding the subway every day and just giggling, just anywhere, in movies, in books. It's incredibly tough to write children realistically, to express their understanding of the world. This author, Miriam Toews, I think she does that extremely well. So yeah, this book is about 3 women who live together. It's told from a point of view of this young girl, and she's writing this book to her father, father who left them, and her mom is pregnant. Her mom is an actress. It's set in Canada, and Swiv, the girl, she's homeschooled, and the person who teaches her is her grandma, and she has lived a long life. She's very eccentric, she's very kooky, she's very crazy, she's very not like other girls. Most of the book is about grandma and Swiv, about their like regular daily routine, trips around the city, trips to the supermarket. Also about grandma Elvira trying to reconnect with her roots and with her relatives that live in California, and they live in Canada.
If they could see me.
Happy Hour by Marlo Granados is such a beautiful book. Read it last April, and at the time I don't think I appreciated it as much because I've given it like probably 3.5 or 4 stars. But then every time I was extremely happy, happy. I was thinking about this book. I realized that I'm trying to like live this book out like as a fantasy in my reality. It just grew on me like a rash. I've been hungry to find a book with the same kind of tone, with the same kind of atmosphere as this one, and I would love to hear maybe some of your like recs. I would love to hear some of your recs. I should probably tell you what this book is about. It's about two friends who live in Europe, I think in London, and they make their way through New York City in the summer on a travel visa just to have fun. They rent an apartment. They brought a lot of vintage clothes with them that they want to sell. They are trying to fill in themselves with like cocktails because that's all they have money for, but then they're trying to find like hookups, people on dating websites who take them out to dinner, to go to party. The vibe of this book inspires me to be more free, to be more free-spirited in the summer, because the rest of the year I'm just a grumpy old grandpa. I fell into a little bit of a rabbit hole about the author because his life and his life story is just interesting. Influential in a lot of ways. He was controversial in a lot of ways. I don't think I like him, but he's just extremely puzzling, and reading about him is just so intriguing. He writes from the perspective of post-war Japan, and he was a very like conservative man. Japan was very much influenced by America. The author of this book was very much against that. He wanted Japan to stay like more secluded, traditional. I've read one of his other books, Confessions of a Mask, when I was probably like, I want to say 15. I was a closeted little child from the woods, and I was just looking for some like queerness, some gayness at the time. He had relations with men, and he has written a lot from the point of like homosexual characters who hate themselves and who do not accept themselves. Like the title says, it's about a man who has tried to commit suicide and he failed, and he tries to put up his life for sale in a newspaper. He gets into this Asian secret society that is trying to like influence the politics. He lives with a lady vampire for a bit. I wanna give a heads up that this book is sexist. Every woman he meets falls in love with him. They are described as like lesser than men. So I think that is something you need to be aware of before you read it. But it's just so far removed from my reality, and it's just so fun to read about this crazy character and all of the adventures he has, but just because he wants to die. The Sluts by Dennis Cooper I would put into a category of like dark books, like creepy books, slimy books. It's also very interestingly written in a form of a forum posts about this male escort whose name is Brad. People like start leaving reviews about him. There's a certain amount of mystique, of mystery surrounding him. Every review that is left about him gives like different and conflicting information. Things that he does appear to be very brutal, and then with every review his legend grows larger than the forum, than the website itself. He's connected with murder, and it's all written through a perspective of those people who are mostly anonymous. You don't know what to trust and who to trust, and they all have weird motives, because this boy, he appears to be very young, like underage. So people who go out of their way to get his services are clearly not well, and they're clearly not trustworthy. It's dark, it's twisted, it has a very unique POV. You cannot trust anything that happens in this book. Wait, let me fix my hair, as Beyonce said in her ultimate classic, Freakum Dress. This book is about obsession, is about unhealthy relationship, is about therapy, it's about power dynamics. Big Swiss. It's what our main characters calls her crush. So she comes to live there with her friend on like this huge ass house, Dutch house, farmhouse from like 18th or 17th century. She schemes her way through connection through this friend into working for this sex therapist, and she starts transcribing the sessions of this Swiss lady whose name is redacted, so she calls her Big Swiss because she's a Swiss lady. Blonde, she's tall. Greta starts transcribing those sessions, and then she meets Big Swiss at the dog park. She schemes her way into her life. She starts an affair with her because Big Swiss is married. Of course, it is very unethical what she does by starting this relationship. She knows so many things about her in advance. It's one of my favorite things to think about power dynamics in relationships. So if the book is like a good exploration of that, it's just an ultimate favorite. These are the lovely 5 books that define my taste. I think that the main purpose of this video, fueling back my interest in reading and my love to books, I think it has been fulfilled, because after talking about these, I feel so much more energized and so much more like, wow, I have a taste. Wow, I'm that girl. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have something to say in the comments, and I hope you're having a great day. And if not, make a book video. It will help, I promise. Tell me your thoughts about Heartstopper and queer media. And how do you feel about it? Does it always emotionally wreck you, even if it's not inherently sad? That's all.